Zohran Mamdani will be the next mayor of New York City. Zohran's campaign will go in the history books, but don't let them fool you. This wasn't just a masterclass in video production or social media, but rather a generationally message-disciplined campaign that focused around affordability. The simple idea that New York City is the best city in the world, but it's too damn expensive. Zohran wants to fix that. The videos were masterful and displayed Zohran's charisma and authenticity and his team's ability to execute quickly while keeping their finger on the pulse of New York City's vibrant culture. I was fortunate enough to work on a few of these videos, and much like the 100,000 or so New Yorkers who volunteered for the campaign, it felt incredible to be, albeit a small part, of such a powerful movement. So let's take a peek at the videos that will go down in the history books as the ones that defined a generational shift in politics. And stick around to the end for the video that potentially best represents Zohran Mamdani's personality from way back in the day.
Hola Nueva York!
Hola Nueva York! Okay, so Zohran is back with another banger in Spanish. His Spanish has maybe improved a little bit since the last Spanish-speaking video he tried to do, which I'll remind you did not go that well last time.
Pero en estos días. Sorry. Y casi el mismo número está así. ¿Cómo hará lo mismo? ¿Y cómo hará lo mismo? ¿Y cómo hará lo mismo? Está aceptando. Está aceptando el dinero. Ok, está aceptando el dinero.
Está aceptando el dinero.
Por favor, busque su lugar de votación más cercano y voten por mí para ser su próximo alcalde.
Zohran's video team is incredible. Look at this frame. Look at this frame. It looks simple, and that's what makes it so beautiful. Hear me out. It's a close-up shot. It's not super sharp in a way that feels warm and familiar, despite the colors of Zohran's face being fairly cold and the background just being fairly green and blurry. You can see he's in a park or something. But let me draw a comparison for you. This frame from this telenovela feels remarkably similar to this Spanish-speaking video that Zohran just released. The overwhelming majority of shots are dramatic. They're punched in. And when you compare that to a frame like this, I know it might seem silly. I think it's beautiful. It's familiar in a way that doesn't feel like it panders. It's familiar in a way that it is an homage to whatever the reference, which in this case I believe is a telenovela, is going for. It shows a degree of respect for the audience he's trying to communicate with.
Me postulo para hacer que esta ciudad sea más asequible para todos. Voy a congelar la renta, asegurar que los autobuses sean más rápido y gratis, y ofrecer cuidado de los niños menores de 5 años, gratis a todas las familias. Cuando miramos una visión...
No, okay, ya, córtalo. We cannot spend all day doing this again. Duramos como 3 horas la última vez.
Sobre todo para los latinos. Sobre todo, okay. Lo siento, yo...
That's so funny. In the previous video I made about this video, his first video in Spanish, I pointed out that the light on this building that you can see in the background from one of the first shots to one of the end shots starts like how it is right now, where it's like fairly bright. And then at the end, it's like nighttime. It's pitch black. And so clearly it did indeed take hours to film this. And then in talking with the video producer after this, Donald Borenstein, he said it took forever to film this.
Pero nunca dejar...
Back wide again.
Only one new word in here. The only new word is here is ponga. Every other word you've said a bunch of times.
All the words are new. Every time the words are new.
Por favor,
Cerrado.
Cercano.
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 What's cerrado mean?
Closed.
Okay.
So don't find your closed voting.
The 2025 New York City mayoral race had some of the craziest inflammatory stories about seemingly every candidate involved. That's why I rely on today's sponsor, Ground News, to cut through some of the noise. You've probably heard about them from other ad reads before, but Ground News makes it super simple to pick out fact from fiction. Honestly, I think there's a lot more to a story than just left versus right. So I like to look at how the media company is owned. And, you know, if we look at a story like how billionaires like Mike Bloomberg are dumping money into the election around Zohran Mamdani versus Andrew Cuomo, I can immediately see who owns these outlets. And it's nice to compare sassy headlines from left-leaning outlets that say, yeah, that'll do it, Mike, to right-leaning headlines that say, like, Zohran is a communist. There's also a blind spot feed where you can see stories that you probably wouldn't normally read given your political persuasion. And anyway, so if you're interested, you can sign up using my link, ground.news/Eric H, to get 40% off the Vantage plan, or you can scan the QR code on screen somewhere. I think it's like $5 a month or something, and I use it all the time. I think it is like genuinely worthwhile. Otherwise, we probably wouldn't have done this partnership. But anyway, thank you to Ground News for sponsoring this video. Now, back to Zohran Mamdani.
Thank you, जी आप वोट किए अब तक?
I'm 67. I retire. I cannot retire.
What are you going to do when you retire?
My payments are 25 year payment.
Work until you retire.
Exactly.
It may not look like it, but I think this might be the most important Zohran video they've made, because this guy in frame right here is the same guy you see right here. This is from 2021. So you might be asking, why have they known each other for so long? What the hell's going on there?
I'm on the 14th day of a hunger strike here in solidarity with New York City's taxi drivers.
The reason why Zohran and this guy know each other, Zohran went on a two and a half week hunger strike to win $500 million in debt relief for taxi drivers in New York City. And the reason why I think this is so important is because he made the promise to taxi drivers that he would improve their material lives. And at the expense of his own well-being, being a hunger strike, he did that.
Easy. We need this, man.
This is a signature hug.
If you didn't help us get this deal and bring the payments down, even 7 days would not have been enough. Truly, thank you. I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. This is a lifesaver.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you.
These were the folks he clearly fought and won concessions for, or fought for and won concessions for. You know what I mean? I think it's very interesting when you compare this with the leadership of the Democratic Party like Chuck Schumer, who worked alongside Zohran Mamdani in, September 2021.
Taxi drivers have been caught in an unprecedented crisis due to predatory lending that took advantage of them, and they need help.
So we're going to take a ride with one of the New York Taxi Worker Alliance's many owner-drivers.
I was born in Burma. I came to New York and I driving a cab for 16 years. After I make American dream, I make money. My brother Kenny Chow, he bought the medallion. Now the lender, they're asking for, for the money, and then he got the financial hardship, he got a lot of pressure, and then he committed suicide. We have 6,000 medallion owners facing the financial crisis.
My father-in-law was a cab driver, and he worked 7 days a week. He still had to work very hard, but why did he buy it? Just like you. It was a way to have a decent life in the American dream. That's all every American, immigrant, non-immigrant, documented, undocumented, asks for.
This is the guy from the taxi video that was hugging Zohran in this video right here. And it's kind of crazy to see how much it feels like Chuck Schumer's kind of just abandoned his like working class constituents in the past 5 years. So it begs the question, who's the future of the party? Of course, Chuck Schumer has not endorsed Zohran Mamdani despite being from New York and doing videos and, more importantly, passing legislation, or backing legislation alongside Zohran. I would wager to say that one of these two politicians is going to be the face of the party going forward. And I don't think it's the 74-year-old. Now, in the previous video I made, I covered the other Zohran videos in which he spoke Spanish, and I believe it was Urdu/Hindi, which I think are verbally very similar or the same. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But I think he's taken it to another level here.
مرحبا أنا اسمي زهران ممداني وعم رشح حالي ليكون العمدة الجديد في مدينة نيويورك. بعرف شو عم تفكروا، شكلي كأني صهركم من الشام.
I might look like your brother-in-law from Damascus.
كأني صهركم من الشام، بس العرب
But my Arabic needs some work.
تبعي بده شوية شغل. مع هيك أنا حابب اليوم أطلب دعمكم يوم 4 نوفمبر. العيشة بنيويورك صارت غالية للكل. ازيك يا باشا؟ كل شيء تمام؟ وصار صعب نعيش فيها ونربي أولاد. أنا كعمدة رح جمد الإيجارات لأكثر من 2 مليون شخص. وخلي الباصات سريع ومجاني.
He pays homage to the community he's trying to communicate with. And I think it's hard to overstate how powerful that can be. And you can see it as pandering, but I don't think it is. It's paying respect to the communities who sit around in the cafes drinking their tea, who work in and almost damn near live in the bodegas which they oftentimes own or operate.
لأكثر من 2,000,000 شخص وخلي الباصات سريع ومجانا وأضمن رعاية الأطفال شاملة لكل العائلات. ويمكن ما فيني أقنعك إنه الكنافة النابلسية بستانواي أطيب من نيوجيرسي، بس بوعدكم إني رح أشتغل بكل جهدي.
Zohran has been a longtime advocate for Palestinian liberation. His dad is a literal scholar about decolonialization, or I guess like colonization of the third world. And Palestine is, of course, a big focus of his, in addition to Central Africa, where I actually leaned very heavily on his father's work for a video I made about Congo, which I'll have linked somewhere up in one of the corners over here. So it is nice to see a Palestinian flag in the background of a Zohran official video. I couldn't possibly imagine Andrew Cuomo trying to represent any sort of like ethnic minority group in this way. And hopefully you're watching this video in the future and you're thinking, who the hell is Andrew Cuomo? Isn't that old dude who lives in the retirement home down in like Naples, Florida?
أنا منكم وإليكم سنراكم.
That was a good one. That was a good one, yes.
That's incredible. I love how they have Zohran in Arabic. Okay, if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Please consider liking and subscribing. But most importantly, I promised you a rare Zohran video. And I was going to play you a roast, but I decided against it. It wasn't that funny. I'll put a link down in the description below the like button. But without further ado, enjoy a rare Zohran Mamdani featuring Jabari Brisport.
Hey, my apartment's on fire. It's right around the corner. Come on.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. First things first. Are you insured?
Yes, sorry. Here you go. If we could just hurry, though, that'd be great, because my apartment's literally on fire.
We got a slight issue here.
What? What issue?
It says here you're behind on your premium payments.
Really? I don't think so.
I do. It's right here on your file. $660.
Oh, my bad. Can we just take care of that later?
No can do. See, your specific provider, Bright Shield Protector Fidelity Horizon, says you need up-to-date premium payments for your provider to be reimbursed. Can you not talk over me?
I was talking with you to support you.
This is absurd.
It would be absurd if we ran fire departments like this.
So why do we run healthcare this way?
If you enjoyed this video, thank you again for watching. Please consider subscribing, liking, all that good stuff, and I'll see you in the next one.